Turn on your transistor radio. It's our favorite program. Hooray!
This is Cursed Earth Radio.
What's up, Dark Judges, Desperados, and Dudes in Dick-Shaped Helmets? You're listening to Cursed Earth Radio, the one and only podcast bringing dread to the dreadless.
Broadcasting outside the walls of Mega City 1 across the Black Atlantic in North America. I'm Cool Johnny Cool.
And I'm the artist known as Heavy Metal Kid. And today we are having an ape extravaganza. We're going to talk about monkeys, primates, simians, circus animals.
We're going up to 4 on you with monkeys.
We're going to talk about Portrait of a Politician, Death of a Politician,
Monkey Business and Charles Darwin Block,
Ape Town, and a bunch of other stuff. But right now, here's an explosion.
Keep listening, creeps.
So what we do whenever we start this podcast is we set a bomb. We set it off, we start the timer.
and then we sweat and panic.
We sweat and panic, and we have to do our intro and then jump out of the room before
And
the
not
bomb
die.
explodes. Yeah.
You've died once tonight.
I've died once.
You look
yes.
great, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good Lord. What is wrong with us tonight? It's like our first rodeo.
It is. It's our first ape extravaganza.
That you're all hopped up on goofballs for apes.
I am so excited about these apes, man.
King Diamond's here, too. Did you hear him? He's in here.
Thank you, King Diamond, the artist known as...
You're welcome!
I have a thing for apes. I have a thing for fatties too, but
What if there was a fatty ape?
oh god, I mean Dave's kind of a fatty ape.
He's just a drunk orangutan.
I had never read Dave, and that's
Which
strange.
really surprised me, given your proclivity for the simian.
Well, the interesting thing was I picked up the more recent trade paperback, which is Nobody Apes the Law.
Yeah.
And Dave's not in there.
Neither one?
No, I don't understand it. There's a part of me that understands because Dave is not really a talking, de-evolved human monkey. He's a straight up,
He's an
standard orangutan.
Best politician we ever had in Mega City 1, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens.
I got to do facts, don't I?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What is wrong with us tonight?
I'm sure this one's a T.B. Grover presentation, right?
So tonight we are going to do, first off, Portrait of a Politician, which originally ran in Prague's 366 to 368. 3 episodes over 20 pages, brought to us by John Wagner and Alan Grant. Art by Ron Smith. Originally ran from the 28th of April, 84 to the 12th of May, 1984. First time we ever get to meet Dave the politician.
I'm also going to stick with what I said before, is a lot of the time when Ron Smith draws Dredd, he looks jovial.
Maybe Dredd was just happy that we finally had a politician worth voting for.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Dredd certainly wasn't against our pal Dave.
Well, even he even says you might actually win.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge.
Ron Smith also
Voted for apes in several elections.
Did you notice that he draws a very strange Dredd badge?
I didn't. What page is that on?
It's on the first page.
Oh, yeah, it is. That is weird.
Yeah, if you're reading along, which I'm sure you've just all got your progs or your case files
Your
out.
Fleetway qualities.
And I guess we should say this is in case file 7.
It's also in Fleetway Quality, issue 61.
To the fucking...
Don't you shake your head at me.
The only person who has Fleetway Quality besides you is the man at the flea market with the hook hand. You know who I'm talking about. There's one at every flea market.
You don't like that guy?
I like that guy.
You just have color envy.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you do have color, but is that the original color that it was in the original?
No, it's a remix.
Yeah, so it's because I didn't see
It's
anybody.
non-canonical color.
Oh yeah, I didn't see anybody listed as colors on here, so
You're just jealous.
it looks like a 2-year-old colored all over.
Oh,
No, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, see.
So I'm gonna say Fleetway Quality's all right by me, but you're like the only dude that's fucking pulling them out, man. I'm telling you.
You know what? I told you before we started recording, they're gonna catch on because of this for the 14 people that are listening. I'm gonna get myself out of my own market, which is gonna piss me off.
You are at the fucking skate park right now, today in 2019, riding rollerblades. You're the only dude wearing a pair of fruit boots at the fucking.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Taking you back to the 90s, there, Johnny. So we meet Dave in this, and the way we meet Dave is our good old friend Judge Dredd is out patrolling, and honestly, I swear to God, Johnny, I think that Dredd just wants just is looking for someone to fucking pester.
Oh, he is. He's just roused in this bar, and he just happens to walk into a bar serving an orangutan alcohol, which apparently is legal in Mega City 1 because nobody goes to jail.
And if you ever, well, he's got papers, man.
So if your orangutan has papers, it can drink till its heart's content.
I mean, this is Mega City 1. There's bigger fish to fry, but I mean, let's face it. If you walked into a bar and there was a stately looking middle-aged orangutan sitting there having a drink of Bananark, whatever the fuck that is, would you not crack a little bit of a smile?
His handler, look at that.
Yeah.
He looks like Delta Burke from Designing Women in my copy.
Which also looks like Gene Simmons in the 1980s.
Oh, Never Too Young to Die?
Yeah.
A fantastic movie starring John Stamos and Vanity.
Yeah.
How'd you like that for a non sequitur?
No,
Suck it!
I've seen that one. So he walks into Salmonella's bar, which is run by our pal Mo.
Of course.
And he just wants to make everybody's fucking life miserable.
Dave don't care, though. Dave's just belly up to the bar.
He's chilling with his pal, Billy Smert. And we find out
Couldn't
that
be a normal name.
Billy's his... it couldn't. Billy is his owner.
He bought him from a
menagerie.
circus. Yeah.
But the thing is, Billy's also his best friend. This is absolutely like they're stepbrothers.
If you could live an alternate life, this would be...
That would be me. He clearly loves Dave. Like loves Dave like a best friend.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just sitting there fucking having a drink, man. And
Several drinks.
Dredd immediately has a problem with it. Demands to see Billy's license. And Billy, that's what the thing is. When you see a character in Mega City, especially one that looks like Billy, you think, this guy's probably a fucking shyster. Through this whole story, Billy and Dave are fine.
Yeah.
Billy's not up to anything.
Not a single law is broken betwixt or by either one of them.
No, and he has all of his papers. Everything's up to standard.
You can't go to the bar with your orangutan without having your orangutan papers.
I mean, you would be a fool in Mega City because Dredd's looking to shove his day stick up somebody's ass for no reason.
Go for it on the orangutan.
Presumably because
he's gonna
Dredd
have
has a day stick up his ass.
Well,
I'll tell
yeah.
you what. I love Judge Dredd, right? But when he starts fucking with just, kind, calm, stately orangutans, just trying to, I mean, fuck off, Dredd. Go do something else. Go find the dark judges.
There's no reason for him to rouse this bar. There's no riot. There's no sounds of aggression coming from the bar. Just some Mega City citizens unwinding at the end of the day.
Well, and he threatens to fucking take Dave in for being a public nuisance charge. And Dave's just sitting there, and then thankfully though, our man Mo says, no, Judge Dredd, Dave's one of the best customers I got. He never causes any problems.
Dave apparently has his own source of income too.
Yeah, I don't know what he and Billy do. I know they're not rich by any means. They're the poor working man, but well, I don't know if they're the working man because we never see them do anything work related. But
as we know, the unemployment rate in Mega City fluctuates from episode to episode.
Yeah,
depending on how I'm feeling.
Depending on who the fact checker is that day. Yeah.
Shut up.
But eventually they manage to satisfy Dredd, and he takes his miserable ass out of the
He
bar.
goes
and just,
to bother somebody else.
Yeah.
They just made somebody else's night worse.
Yep. And these guys, they're just like your average, like I would imagine, like a construction worker, just a, like a blue collar guy, just kind of sitting at the bar drinking, complaining about things that blue collar guys complain about. And what do they complain about, Johnny? Fucking sports.
Yeah.
They're watching the games, and they're watching this show called Tipsters Tonight.
These dumb sports experts on the vid, man.
Yeah, it's like they're ESPNing it up, and they're giving their predictions for who's going to win the Super Bowl.
And they're always like, they're angry at the bar because the track record for these talking heads is always wrong. Yeah, they're terrible.
Later, I think they even give the stat, and it's like 20% of the time they're right.
We'll see how that changes once we get to the stat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for true. It reminds me of that scene in Back to the Future where the guy says, well, there's not going to be a storm tonight. The weather forecaster predicted clear skies. And he says, and how right are they all the time? When's the last time you trusted one of them? So Billy is complaining to Mo. They're sort of lamenting over the fact that these fucking guys don't know what they're talking about, and he ends up saying, "You know, I'll bet our boy Dave here could choose the winners better." And Mo sort of says, "If you dare me to, I'll call in and I'll tell him." And I second that. They decide to just going to give these guys some shit, and they call into their line, and they basically say, "Hey, we've got a fucking monkey here that can fucking predict." Whatever. We can predict the results of the Super Bowl better than your guys.
Like that soccer predicting octopus from a couple years back.
Does it say that? Do they mention a soccer predictor?
No, I'm just real world reference.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No. One of the past World Cup here in the Cursed Earth, not a big football country.
Right.
But we'll give a damn about it if it's on the TV. We kind of get swept up in the hive mind.
Yeah.
But there was an octopus at an aquarium somewhere that had a pretty good track record of picking the winners of these matches.
I'll tell you what, man. The most interesting thing about reading 2000 AD is realizing that the things we laugh at as fiction have already come true.
It is an oracle, and I've said it before. This is an oracle.
This and Star Trek, man. They know what's fucking up. So the Super Bowl, which I'm glad is still happening, apparently.
Yeah, and not copywritten because they actually use Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Usually.
And so this year, though, it's the Southside Radiators versus the Old Town Rats.
I want to watch this league.
Yeah,
I'm not even into sports.
So I didn't read it, but in Case File 7, if you flip a few stories down from this, there's an episode called The Super Bowl.
Huh.
I didn't read it. I wanted to. My thought was I was going to read it this week, and I just didn't get to it. But so apparently all the tipsters have chosen the Radiators are going to just decimate the Old Town Rats. And all the common folk, the people that are out there on the streets, in the bars, they think that's bullshit. And so does Dave. Well, or at least it seems. Because when they hold two pictures of the teams, Dave points to...
Dave's a Rats guy all the way.
Yeah. And so all the they call in and they talk about this and they say, we'll take the bet, and this fucking orangutan chooses these guys, and they all laugh about it.
Yeah, they take the piss out of Dave.
Yeah, they just kind of leave it be for a week or so.
So what happens in the Super Bowl?
Turns out that the Old Town Rats take the victory.
94-0.
And it does mention, I believe, if we were to flip back there, and if it's open for you, that something happens.
Yeah, the Radiators are depleted and dispirited, so they came in injured.
Well, I think in mine, and I'm sure it's in here somewhere, where it says, like, readers, 2000 AD readers will know that this happened. So my guess is if we flip forward later on and read the Super Bowl, we're going to find out that something went down.
Oh.
In other words, they didn't really have a straight come from behind victory. Something else went down that caused them to win or caused the other team to lose. But either way, for the purposes of this story, they win, and all of a sudden, this ape has now predicted, and it turns all the people at Tipsters tonight, it makes them look fucking silly.
Yeah.
They feel like complete idiots. And what do executives do? If you look at any Hollywood movie, if you look at any TV show, just when it's going well, I'm talking to DC Comics here, just when Swamp Thing looks like it's going to be all right,
And they cancel it after the first
fucking
episode.
cancel it. These guys say, oh my God, we look like such idiots. The only thing we can do...
Hire the monkey.
Hire the monkey. Dave's got a job. And so now... this dumb monkey, and that's the quotes of the people who are working on the station, certainly not me. Dave has a whole new job, and he's going to be one of the tipsters tonight. So this whole week coming into all these sporting events, they're showing Dave pictures of each team, and he's either eating them or wiping boogers on them or whatever he does that they believe indicates... and there's nothing in this prog to lead us to believe that Dave is an intelligent ape, a discriminating ape when it comes to choosing.
No, this is just random apery.
That's a good name. That's a good term. But he makes a lot of predictions in his first week.
He does, and he goes 15 for 20.
Not bad.
No.
And so when those results come in, it only reinforces the fact that Dave is like a clairvoyant ape. Yes, that you just pointed to a specific panel, and I actually made a note somewhere about that. Where my favorite is that your favorite?
Tell me your notes just say monkey kiss.
It just says that I just made a little note that one of my very favorite panels in this is in the second prog that this story appears in. Basically, Billy is telling Dave, he's like, Dave, you brought me good luck with that first guess, and you're my best friend, and I love you, Dave, and I don't care if you ever make me another cent. You're the best friend a guy could have, and they kiss on the lips.
They do. It's
nice. There's a big smack. He says, Dave, I love you.
Who doesn't love Dave? He can call the sports games. He's a jovial ape.
Yeah. And he gets 15 out of 20. And even after that, they keep Dave on, and he still manages to get 61% to the 20% that all the other
he's
tipsters
out
are
calling all the other. Dave's a golden boy.
He is. And Mega City starts to see Dave as a golden boy too, because let's face it, the Juves, they love apes.
They do.
The ladies, they find them cute and cuddly and wonderful.
Middle-aged podcast hosts also love apes.
They do. Even the hard-working man who feels like he's treated like a goddamn monkey anyways, even he respects Dave.
He can identify.
Because Dave's downtrodden. Everybody looks at Dave as being a dummy, but Dave knows what's going on. So
we're going to up the stakes now. We're going to move from Dave calling sports to they're going to have Dave pick the winner of the upcoming Mega City 1 mayoral election.
Yes. And I guess this is something that they apparently have done before on Tipsters Tonight. I think they just bring in odds on just about anything, because in Mega City, just about anything is a sport.
And I know you're voting for Pete Porky from the Lib Lab Flab Alliance.
This is the first time I ever heard of the Lib Lab Flab Alliance. What's the Total War?
I'm voting for All Out War Party.
The All Out War Party. That's right.
That's my boys.
There was also like the Uglies, the Norm. What was that? What were they called?
There's the Norms, I think. Let me flip ahead in my Fleetway.
Yeah, it was like something like the New Norm Party or something. Just
it's fun. I wish elections were better, or more like this in our country, where it's just fucking chaos and violence.
Were you here for the last election, Johnny?
We did not have this happening. The all fight is right with the All Out War Party.
We're not too far from
vote
this.
Revolting. Yeah, Uglies rule. Proud to be Norm.
Yeah.
Mayors for mayhem.
It's pretty crazy.
So you have they give Dave all these pictures of all the candidates running, and they try to be fun. And they slip a picture of Dave in with all the candidates. Dave picks Dave to win because
of course.
Dave loves Dave. Dave believes in Dave.
And when Dave chooses his own photo, this is the tipsters were the ones that slipped it in, because they're trying to make themselves look better, make Dave look like a dummy.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's not even running, man.
So what happens?
This infuriates the viewers, because these guys are so fucking full of themselves and so pompous.
These smug 20% scoring douche nozzles.
Yep. And so just like before, Billy and Mo, bros to the end, are having this discussion, and Mo says, you know what, I'd vote for Dave. He's better than most of them politicians anyway. And he says, it's the same deal. If you dare me to, I'll call in and I'll cast my vote for Dave. And that starts a chain reaction.
Because Dave's not on the ballot. And you need 1,000 votes from citizens to even get on the ballot.
How many does he get in 1 hour?
37,000.
Dave is a goddamn success.
I would vote for Dave right now.
He's uniting Mega City. Even
Dred's okay with it.
Yeah, I'm guessing that even some uglies voted for Dave. I mean, because is Dave ugly? Technically, yes.
He's a beautiful ape.
Is he a fatty? Technically, yes.
It depends on how drunk he is.
Is he Norm? In Mega City, he's a pretty normal ape.
Yeah.
So, he ends up on the ballot, and now it's fucking serious.
Yeah, Dave is on, which means he needs a bodyguard. Every candidate for mayor gets a judge assigned as a bodyguard, because politics are, like everything else in Mega City, fucking crazy.
Well, and just like we've seen when other average Joes or average Daves run for office, The smear campaigns start immediately. So they've got the ugliest possible, down camera angle with all the triple chins.
That's how I usually look.
Him eating the hot dog, whatever, with mustard on his chin. Those posters are up all over the city. Would you vote for this big dumb ape? And people also want to kill Dave now.
Yeah, I mean, the other part, I guess it's par for the course for the other parties to try to assassinate each other's candidates.
Yeah.
In the run-up.
The uglies, the young norms. Who could it be? Sometimes just people that just want to further chaos and anarchy.
Well, the all-out war party wants to talk to Dave.
Oh, and they're staked out in front of his headquarters, which, because Dave is the common man, his headquarters remain Moe's Bar, Salmonella's.
Of course.
And Dredd comes up, and All Out War Party is there, and Dredd absolutely brings All Out War, because he just rides in and starts shooting people.
No questions asked.
He's hitting them with the Lawmaster bike cannons. And I guess that's what they get for making violent threats, though, Dave's winning at the polls, and basically has no idea that he's running for office.
Oh no, he's just drinking at the bar.
Yeah.
But we get a dumb robot. We get a little dumb robot in here, because everybody can vote on their vid set with the vote button, because that's what you have in Mega City 1.
Oh yeah.
But all the votes are tallied by the friendly automatic counting computer Barney, who has a fucking impediment. He talks like a hillbilly. I love it.
I know you do. I mean, this whole thing, Dave is a puppet, but and he's not.
He's a dare.
He's not being used for evil. Billy's not a bad man, but Dave is oblivious. Dave's a complete puppet, and he's a joke, and he manages to get elected to office. He's really the perfect politician.
Yeah.
He's somebody that he doesn't say anything of substance. He points at things and makes faces. And so other people...
That's how I live.
Yeah, well, other people ascribe like whatever. Oh yeah, Dave identifies with me.
He's
I identify
abstract
with
art.
this. Yeah. And I mean, let's face it, this is basically a prophecy of the election here in the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless...
He is orange.
He is orange, and regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on, the fact that a TV personality with no quote-unquote political background is able to be elected because, to some degree, people are so frustrated with politics that they're willing to try anything.
He got there on professional wrestling booking.
Yeah.
I'd vote for Dave.
I would certainly vote for Dave.
So what happens? Dave...
He wins by a landslide,
He fucking
man.
wins.
Yeah. And
he is elected the first primate mayor of Mega City 1. And the judges, they let it happen.
And he ran as a banana Republican.
Of course he did. And what does Dredd say at the end?
I think he basically says, judging by his predecessors, Dave could be a definite improvement. And
happy ending?
Yeah. I mean, at least for now.
Chapter 1.
Yeah. Chapter 1. And that ends the story of Dave for that specific
about a year.
storyline. Yeah. Which is like, there we go, 2000 AD again, bringing back these like minuscule characters that we forget about.
Well, how can you forget about Dave? He's the damn mayor. And he stayed the mayor of Mega City 1 for a year.
I don't think he appeared in any other frogs, did
in
he?
my heart,
I certainly.
knew
He'll always be the best mayor we ever had.
So, unfortunately, we have part 2 of this story.
What's it called?
Death of a Politician.
So I was ready. I was ready for Dave to be. I was ready for Dave to go bye-bye.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you.
But I didn't really...
You got old Yellard.
I did, but I didn't really expect Dave to go the way he went.
Well, I mean, he had over a year reign as mayor, and this originally ran in Prague 443. It's 1 episode, 7 pages by John Wagner and Alan Grant, Steve Dillon pushing pencils, and this ran on the 9th of November, 1985. You know what the notable event is in this, Prague?
The notable event of Dave getting killed, or what?
Dave Orangutan gets murdered. That's what my notes say.
Oh, so he gets murdered in the
first page.
Yeah, the first page, man.
Dave and Billy, still of the people, hanging out at Salmonella's bar in the beginning, closing down for the night, and they walk home, or try to walk home from the bar. when they are beset by a masked assassins in the night.
4 masked assassins in the night, to be specific about
Billy sees it coming and he tries to intervene, but they are just knifed to death.
Yeah. And we see the horrific... All we see of Dave in this entire thing is silhouette of his body on the ground and his face in the foreground with his poor eyes rolled back in his head. Killed like a fucking dog in the street. For what purpose? We will find out.
I miss Dave already.
I do too.
So this sets into motion an investigation by Judge Dredd. And Joe picks up the trail of the assailants and he's running them down. They're trying to scale a wall to get away from Joe. He shoots one midair. That guy's dead. And Joe has no time to make a detour. Just blows the wall up and charges after the other 2 assailants. Or the 3 assailants, sorry.
When we find out that these guys are like mafia level hitmen.
They are
which means
mob blitzers.
Yeah. Which means they're kamikaze.
Yeah. Have you ever read the Blitzers?
No.
Yeah, they're all mob blitzers are wired to detonate if they're captured.
So are they robots?
No, they're humans.
Wow.
But they're wired with bombs.
Fucking serious.
Yep.
So whoever had these 4 guys hired had a little bit of money to spend. They spent some money trying to
Blitzers
kill
aren't
Dave.
cheap.
Yeah. Especially 4.
Yeah. So 3 of them die. Dredd kills 2 of them. The third one decides he's not going to the cube, so he jumps off the speedway and just splatters below. Which leaves us with Blade from Masters of the Universe. You tell me that's not Blade from Masters of the Universe.
Oh, Christ. It is Blade, yeah.
So Joe thinks he has a collar, but soon realizes that he's dealing with a blitzer as the guy explodes.
Yeah.
So no assailants to question.
And they kind of rack their brains back at the Justice Department, and they investigate as many people as they could who they think might have had motive to kill Dave, like other political parties, and surprisingly, none of them seem to have any ties to this murder.
But they do end up with 1,500 assorted arrests on various other charges.
Well, politicians and political parties are pretty shady to begin with. So then they start to think, well, maybe this wasn't someone trying to kill Dave. Maybe this was someone trying to kill Billy. But why would they want to kill Billy? Oh, fucking heartbreaking, this fucking story.
Oh, man, what an ignoble end.
It comes back to, the investigation leads them right back to Salmonella's bar and Mo.
Mo, what did you do?
Mo breaks down immediately and fesses up to having Billy killed. And so Mo's intent was maybe not even to kill Dave, but he
Dave
definitely
just got
wanted,
in the way.
Yeah, he wanted Billy to go. What's the reason behind this?
Well, Billy had flashed him an insurance policy, a life insurance policy that looked like it was all paid up and fat, and Mo got greedy. But Monkey's Paw.
Oh, yeah. Dredd tells him, well, the first mistake you made in that one was trusting a drunk. And Mo says, What do you mean? What do you mean trusting a drunk? And he says he made one payment on that policy and then he blew the rest of the money. So
it's worthless.
Yeah. And so you see Mo really, his greed got the best of him, but he did love Dave. And a part of him, he loved Dave and Billy, and he's betrayed his friends, and now he has nothing, and he's lamenting and crying.
Not for nothing.
Yeah, not for nothing. He earned himself 30 years in the cubes. Which
seems like a short sentence for an assassination.
Well, I don't know. Look at the singer for As I Lay Dying. He tried to have someone killed, but so he's out. But I guess he only tried.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get to go back to your lucrative career after you pull that shit.
If you're a plumber, do you go back and start working your plumber job again?
Yeah, but he's making a little bit more than the plumber.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Justice is justice, though.
It is. Not for Dave.
What would Dredd say? Justice is justice only for the singer for As I Lay Dying, not for Dave.
Dave deserves a statue by Fergie.
Oh, he certainly does.
Dave was a great politician, and he will be remembered.
He's maybe the only politician in Mega City history who didn't have ill intentions.
That you actually trust and believe in.
Do you think, I already know the answer to this, but let's pretend we could go back and choose anyone from the history of Mega City. Would you vote for Dave and Judge Fish 2020?
Yes,
Yes.
in a heartbeat.
Yes.
In a heartbeat. The only rational candidates.
Dave could point and Judge Fish could bloop.
And I would trust a point and a bloop more than anything at this point.
Oh,
I'm sorry it ended so badly.
yeah. It was good.
I knew you would like the first part, and then I felt bad because you didn't know it was coming. And I read
Yeah.
this one a couple times, and I went, "Oh, he's gonna get yellered."
And I even legitimately felt bad for Mo, because Mo, they set the stage for Mo, Billy, and I'm gonna throw Dave in there, just being like average guys.
Yeah, like a Cheers, Norm
Yeah.
situation.
And I think a lot of times, these guys never have any sort of hope of anything better. And when you flash that potential, greed takes over.
Yep.
So I feel bad for Mo. I don't think Mo was an evil guy. I think Mo just,
Made a really dumb decision.
it's like, Mo's two best friends in the world suddenly rose to popularity. And here was Mo, still proud of him, good on my friends, but probably a lot of jealousy came in.
Yeah.
So,
But he's got 30 years to think about it now.
yeah.
Which is, given Mo's age, probably a life sentence.
That's probably it for him, yeah.
So, there's Mega City 1's first and last primate mayor.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Dave. And so now we've got a couple progs, or more than a couple progs, because mine is a Judge Dredd magazine story. Yours is a prog.
This is about the time you terrify me with the weekly sponsor.
I was going to break that out here. Just, I didn't know. I was going to just see if you maybe
Oh,
noticed that it wasn't here today.
no, it's not?
So let me oh, it's here today.
Oh, damn it.
So let me tell you about our sponsor. And
Fuck, here we go.
so
I love my family.
actually, I don't care about your family.
Oh, that was mean.
Because you know why? I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because I think your family, your daughter.
You watch yourself.
I've met your daughter. She's an intelligent young lady.
I'm in kicking distance.
And I've met your wife, and she seems pretty smart too. And
She's a fan of bad decisions.
well, you chose to do this podcast, and so you're also smart. What are you doing?
I'm
man?
sorry.
You're opening your Fleetway.
I'm
quality-
putting them back in their polys.
So let's get this thing started.
I don't
okay?
know if I'm smart or just a fan of bad decisions.
Well, let's say you're smart, because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them.
Who?
Those people out there in radio land.
All 14 of them?
That's right. Hey, dummies.
Oh, way to win them over there.
You want to get smart? Want to increase your brain power? Then try Auto Sump's Smart Sweets.
Wait a minute.
That's right. Auto Sump has been our corporate sponsor since the beginning, and we're proud to bring you the wide array of wonderful products created
12 people died last
by
week.
Auto Sumps. And with a name like Auto Sumps, you know you're making a wise choice in the taste department as well, because you're going to be enlightened by the great taste of Auto Sumps sweets. You see, Auto Sump has been at the forefront of dietary supplements for years,
Wait, no.
with
there's
their
no way.
revolutionary products such as Auto Sump's Flab-On,
That is, how is...
Auto Sump's Simp Mints, and
What?
now, if you want to go the complete other direction,
Oh, for God's sake.
Auto Sump's Smart Sweets. So with a name like Auto Sump, it's really a no-brainer. Well, at least until the Smart Sweets kick in. So pick up Auto Sump's Smart Sweets wherever quality dietary supplements are sold. And remember, you gotta be dumb to buy Smart Sweets.
Cursed Earth Radio is not responsible for any death or injury. And that's all I'm saying.
All right. We don't even have to break now. We've already taken care of business.
All right. Yeah. God.
So now it's time for some Dread Time stories.
Was there no discount coupon this year? Or this week?
No. Not with this one.
I ate that Flab-On last week, and
Yeah.
my brain don't think so good now. Was I supposed to eat it?
But you look fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I noticed you're not wearing those skinny jeans you bought when we went on our shopping trip.
They are sitting on my... Well, you saw what I shoved, all the food I shoved into me tonight.
I know.
Food. I use that.
And then I ate all your chips.
Yeah, I'm just
I
going to
ate
have
all of your
one,
chips.
your bag. I'm eating your whole bag.
So what do you want to do? You want to do yours first? Or you want to do mine first?
I want to do yours first.
All right. So I'm taking us to Ape Town.
Ape Town.
Now,
I don't know why I felt the need to sing that. But.
This was originally published in the magazine 3.47. And it's also available in the Nobody Apes the Law trade paperback.
I gotta get that.
It's great, man.
Well, you're not much of an unbiased source on.
That's true. I really feel like that one was absolutely...
That's like me recommending trade paperback all about psychotic robots with speech impediments.
And why don't they have one? Have you checked on this? Like,
I
do they
have. I
like
have not found one. I feel let down that there is not one.
Maybe we can go ahead and make our plea to 2000 AD.
Yes, I'm sure one of the 14 people listening has some connections.
I mean, you know, the more I read of 2000 AD, though, the more I start to think that we are just a tiny community and that my voice and your voice and everyone else's voices matter when it comes to 2000.
Well, here's hoping. When we have John Wagner on, we complete our case.
So just so you can see, and hopefully you're reading your Nobody Apes the Law Prague.
Did Fleetway publish one?
No, I don't think they probably did one. I just want you to have a look at the art because it is beautiful.
Holy crap. Who's the artist?
It's so fucking good. And the artist on this one is Jason Brasshill. The script by Alan Grant and Tom Frame did the letters. But the artwork is so fucking cool in this. And
I think he worked on some of the Batman Dreads.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he did.
It's so cool looking. And
is this mid-90s?
I don't know.
Because that seems about the time where 2000 AD was kicking over from the Ball and McCarthy era of pencil to that airbrush style.
It's the Bisley era.
Yeah, the Biz.
And that's even evident in the story, which you'll see when we get there.
Is it like Lobo hyper violence and goofiness?
It's real goofy, but just you'll see when we get there. But this story, Ape Town, even though the artwork is so goofy looking and just fun looking, it hits you hard.
Okay.
It's grim. I'm just going to prepare you. It's very sad and very grim.
Does Dave get knifed again?
Well, let me just tell you what's happening.
Oh, jeez. I don't like that stuff.
We start out with jungle drums pounding in Ape Town. And what we find out is it's an ape party with lots of illegal booze. And when apes start drinking, shit goes wrong.
So is Ape Town a place in Mega City 1?
Ape Town is a place in Mega City 1. It's a ghetto in Mega City 1.
That is run by apes?
Okay, so these aren't your Dave apes. These aren't legitimately created by nature apes.
Oh.
At some point in Mega City, the scientific collective decided that they were going to do experiments on apes and give them speech.
Oh,
so
science, all about coulda, not shoulda.
They started, it's definitely a Jurassic Park situation. They started playing around in their brains. So they ended up with all of these apes that are of human level or slightly below intelligence. And then just like so many things, when they decided they were no longer needed, they shoved them all into Ape Town. And that's where they stay. And it's kind of like, you can go to your certain cities and there are certain places where certain races, certain people from certain cultures stay. They don't go, especially when you're talking.
The big apple.
Yeah, the big apple, so to speak. Yes.
That's it. I'm done, kids.
So, but apparently Eldsters don't give a fuck, right? Because this group of Eldsters ended up in Ape Town somehow.
On purpose or accident?
I'm thinking maybe they were confused. But they are at having a drunken brawl
with apes.
With these apes, yeah.
This doesn't sound like a thing one should do.
No. But Dredd shows up to the scene and just indiscriminately starts sending everybody the fucking cubes. Because it's a big drunken brawl. You got drunken apes, drunken Eldsters, jungle drums pounding, and Dredd is just beating the fuck out of apes.
That's better than just indiscriminately shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a really good panel in here, and I don't have it open because I don't actually have the physical copy here. But
how dare you?
There's a really good panel where one of the Eldsters is like, "Yeah, hit that damn ape, Dredd," and Dredd's like, "And you shut up too," and smacks that guy over the head.
Of course he is.
So and what I get from Dredd in this, his attitude towards so many things in this, is that the apes, like so many other things in Mega City, are a nuisance. And if you want to hate Dredd, Johnny, this is one for you.
It's not their fault. They didn't ask to be genetically modified.
Right. And they didn't ask to be there, but now...
You did this. Deal with it.
They are something that Dredd has to deal with.
I was going to jump on eBay and actually find a copy of Don't Hate the Law.
It's of your in your Fleetway quality.
No, that was good.
Oh, okay.
How dare you besmirch
That's
the
right.
name
We
of
said
Fleetway
eBay. Yeah.
quality?
Well, you can get it on your app
You
too.
terrible bastard.
So he grabs an ape and starts questioning him about the illegal booze, and you see the ape responds. He's angry, but he's a lot more intelligent than you would think, and he basically says, "You know, we got nothing to live for, Dredd. That's why we drink. You know what? You can't just leave us alone. We're stuck here in this ghetto. We're poor. We're downtrodden, and so that's why we drink." And of course, that's not okay with Dredd. That's not what he wants, you know. So Dredd doesn't rightfully get he doesn't get the info right off, but what we know here is that the supplier in this town is a crime boss called Don Gaboni. It's brilliant.
Oh boy.
And when we meet Don Gaboni, he is shaking down this little like underling. And
Also ape, I'm sure.
Yes. And we find out that Dredd's on the scene, and everybody kind of like freezes, you know. Fuck, Dredd's in the area. Everybody get down, you know. But Dredd's here to pay a visit. Here's where it starts to get kind of fucking tragic and sad. Dredd is here to pay a visit to his Ape Town informant, Mickey the Mook, who is like a real like scrawny, wet rat looking chimp.
Oh,
Just real sad looking chimp, right? So Dredd knocks at Mickey the Mook's door, and Mickey opens up, and immediately Dredd rushes in and slams him against the wall, slams the door, and Dredd's screaming, you know, "You need to tell me where were you? Why didn't you tell me?" And he's like screaming, and you're going, "Oh man, Dredd's shaking this criminal down." And then the ape says, "All right, Dredd, they can't hear us now. You can drop the act." But Dredd doesn't let up, and Dredd pushes him against the wall, and he says, "It's your job, Mickey. It's your job to tell me what's going on here. You should know about these things." And he's saying, I didn't know. I didn't have time to call you, Dredd." What we find out is that Mickey the Mook used to be Martin Michaels. He's an ex-judge, and he had this disorder where he genetically regressed. And so he's not...
he's a plant.
Yes, he's now a member, I'm sure against his will, a member of Wally Squad. Because he was a normal judge, and he genetically regressed to that of an ape. But he's not an ape, but he looks like an ape. He is now undercover.
Permanent undercover.
Yes, he lives in the hell ghetto of Ape Town.
And now he's got Joe being a dick.
And Joe is not treating him like a fellow judge. Joe is treating him like a lowly ape. And he even says, you know... Mickey the Mook is trying to explain to Dredd, because Dredd wants to know where the booze is coming from. That's all he cares about, you know. And he says, you know, I need to know where it's coming from. And, you know, Mickey the Mook's been living there for a while. And he says, you don't understand, Dredd. That's not the whole problem. These people, they're just like us. And Dredd makes the point, and he says, not like me.
So,
maybe like you, but I'm no goddamn ape. You know?
Mickey's kind of gone minty.
Ah, yes, to some degree. I think what they call it here is the going native. And that's Dredd's concern, because he starts to see that, I mean, how could you not? You live there.
Yeah,
you are
see
an
the
ape.
plight on a daily basis.
Yeah. And so Dredd really gives it to him, and he says, listen, you know, you need to find out what's going on for me and let me know. And then this ape, you know, Mickey the Mook looks sad and downtrodden. He says, okay. And then Dredd says, you know, I got to make this look good, right? And he says, yeah. And then Dredd just fucking clobbers him, punches him right in his little ape face, busts his head, smashes his eye, and then kind of leaves.
Fucking Joe?
Yeah. And as he leaves, he says something to the effect of like, you know, next time you better talk when I ask you to, or something to make it look good. But Dredd
fucking punching him in his little monkey face wasn't enough.
Yeah. Dredd does not give a flying fuck about these people. They're a burden to Dredd. They're a burden to the justice
How many
system.
times have we said it? In a lot of the progs and a lot of stories you read, Dredd's gonna be a dick.
He is the fucking worst. Yeah. So he's just this sad Wally Squad member stuck there.
He's the only Wally Squad member that can't un-Wally Squad.
Yeah, and he's the only person there who is not an ape.
Yeah.
And not a human at the same time. So he's really alone in all of this. So later on, during their meeting there, Mickey tells Dredd that he did hear a rumor that Don Gabone and his henchmen, Spider-Man and
What?
Simeon Bisley,
Oh, fucking stop it.
have a shipment of booze coming into Mega City. And so that's what Dredd wants, you know.
Simeon Bisley.
Simeon Bisley.
Get the fuck out.
Simeon
Get the
Bisley
fuck out.
is a giant badass fucking gorilla.
Of course.
Yeah. Mickey basically, he's in the background. He's sort of being used by Don Gabone under threat of violence because he's fallen for this girl, Cheetah. Now, she is an ape.
This raises so many questions.
So many questions. She's like, and she's kind of like a gun mole. She's like, you know, hey baby.
This is like that scene in Howard the Duck where she has sex with Howard the Duck, and as a kid you're like, oh, and as you grow up, you go, oh, that was bestiality.
Yeah. Well, he's a duck man.
He's a duck.
He's an alien. She had sex with an alien. Now in this,
Mickey's
technically he's a man.
Yeah.
He fucked a monkey. But she technically is a monkey that has the okay. Chimps are 98% human DNA. I'm not advocating for
What are you advocating here on our podcast?
I'm just saying that Mickey the Mook is lonely as hell, and times are tough, and any port in a fucking storm, Johnny.
He needs somewhere to put it.
Yes. He needs somewhere to put his heart. He just got his face broke by Dredd.
Yeah? That's not what he might want to put that somewhere, too.
So, oh my God.
Go
I don't even know what
banana
we're doing
splits.
now. So anyways. Did you just say banana splits?
Maybe.
Oh God! Okay.
Thought-provoking conversation tonight.
Oh my God!
On the Cursed Earth Radio podcast.
Yes, this is true. So let's just move on to something normal.
I don't think we can.
Dredd is out in Mega City, and he's arresting a naked man, handcuffed to a telephone pole with a rooster hat and beak on.
Is there somebody Clegg cosplaying?
It's a similar thing to that scene that you're talking about.
I feel like we've been here before.
And so the man's handcuffed, hands behind his back, butt naked, with rooster hat.
Where's the rooster hat?
On his head.
Okay, just making sure.
And Dredd is basically sending him off for like public nudity. And the guy's saying, "But wait, you don't understand, Dredd. Let me tell you what happened to me." Because obviously, I don't think he handcuffed himself there. But
he could be simping.
Well, Dredd says, "Save it for somebody who cares," and fucking calls the wagon in and rolls out. So it's a major theme in this whole thing is how the justice system just does not care about the problem.
Oh, no.
They care about the symptoms. And this is throughout all the Dredd stories. The Justice Department is managing symptoms, don't give a fuck about the problem. Maybe it's because things are too acute.
Well, and the problem perpetuates their existence.
It does, yes.
There's no money in a cure.
Dredd clearly doesn't care about the apes in Ape Town. He clearly doesn't care about the citizens of Mega City. His purpose for being there is not safety, it's to keep the fucking machine rolling. And then we see it a million times in Dredd stories.
Institutionalized.
Yeah. And it's with stories like this and, so many others, it's hard for me to understand how people can read Dredd and idolize Dredd as
I want to be him.
Yeah, and I mean, I have Dredd shit all over my house, but it's not the same thing as Batman. It's not the same thing as Superman, and
it's not even anti-hero.
It's not. It's
he's a lovable dick.
It's like an avatar of injustice in the form of justice. I can't even explain.
It's like cops running the Punisher skull. Like, yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
And that gets talked about so much with Dredd because I think a lot the idea is
you should never want to be Joe.
Yes,
you should never want the judges to be a thing.
So dressing as Dredd, say you go as Dredd for Halloween.
Who would do that?
It's the same thing as going as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
you still do it, and it's still fun.
Oh yeah.
But you're not going because that person is your hero so much as it's
Last year I was Freddy Krueger
yeah,
with my daughter.
sure, yeah.
No.
Was she part of your costume?
No, she was just there, but no.
Yeah. So this whole thing of I think the perception for the people across the pond, and the reason I say this is because when I listen to the 2080 Thrillcast and I listen to a lot of the things that they talk about, is that a lot of people say like the concern is that people in the United States don't get Dredd, and that they see it in the same. They see it like the Punisher. My response to that is always no. It's that people don't know Dredd exists over here.
They know there was that 1995 Sylvester Stallone movie.
Yeah. People don't. The Dredd is not even on that level where the cops even know who the fuck he is over here.
No, and I mean,
Thankfully, I don't want Dredd to turn into some symbol of anything else other than 2000 AD's Judge Dredd. You know,
I mean, there may be an enclave over here that's getting Dredd because of the IDW stuff, but even that's
very few, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about monkey fucking.
We're talking about monkey fucking. So that basically shows us that Dredd doesn't care about anybody. It's just highlighted by, save it for somebody who cares. Dredd just clearly doesn't care.
Well, it's
He's
like
doing
I
his
said,
job.
there's no money in a cure.
Yeah, no, nobody cares. It's the machine keeps going as long as the problem continues. So Mickey the Mook, back to Mickey the Mook. He's about to start playing a very dangerous game between the Justice Department,
and the Mafia,
and Don Gaboni,
the Monkey Mafia.
So he gives Dredd a phone call, and we see that the Mafia is standing there with Cheetah, his lady friend, his monkey lady friend that he fucked in the last.
As long as that's out in the open, we're not pussyfooting around.
The
with
monkey
it.
that he's fucking, and they
say that again.
The monkey that Mickey the Mook is fucking. So he calls into Dredd and he says, "All right, Dredd, I got a tip for you." And he says, "The new shipment's coming in on a Rockcrete truck, and you be on the lookout for that." So he feeds Dredd false information, and
under duress,
under extreme duress, yeah. And Dredd has already radioed into the Justice Department and said, "I think Mickey the Mook is like this close to going native. If he fucks up again, we're getting him out of there." And think about, what does it mean to get him out of there? What are they going to do? Dispose of this human ape? Probably.
Or put him in a cube.
Cube or recycle. It's not going to be good for
Put him in recycle.
Yeah. So
they don't put him in live. Jesus, Murphy.
I think they would.
Jeez.
Dredd would.
Fuck you,
for
Joe.
Sure. Yeah. So Dredd goes and investigates the Rockcrete truck and finds nothing, of course. And they start trying to figure out, okay, either somebody gave Mickey the Mook the wrong information or he's playing us. One of the two, but Dredd says, this is obviously a diversion. There's a truck out there coming in. There's a shipment coming in.
This is a banana.
Where is it? Favorite Jake Lynch piece of art there. So Dredd heads out, and they don't even give us any sort of it's like we turn the page and boom, they found the actual truck.
Oh, well,
And it's a King Kong Cola tanker truck.
We're getting near the end, aren't we?
Very close, yeah. And because when you're getting to the end of a 2000 AD story, because they're like, and there you go, it's over.
Universal Monsters ending.
Yep. And we get a little Mad Max moment where Dredd and another judge, totally unnamed, are chasing on their lawmasters, and
the actual truck.
Yes,
Okay.
the actual. It's a King Kong Cola tanker, and Simeon Bisley's shooting at them with some big machine gun.
Get the fuck out.
They take out one of the judges. Dredd's lawmaster is destroyed. He jumps onto another vehicle driven by a citizen, and he says, "Follow that truck." And in the chase, Simeon Bisley and whoever the fuck is driving the truck at this time, they miss their exit. Now this is bad, because as you get deeper and deeper into Sector 7, right past the exit that takes you to Ape Town, you get into the Sector 7 Slabyrinth, which is, and oh my god, it drove me fucking crazy. It is the equivalent to the Undercity thing that bothered me. and it's like a floating Mario Kart labyrinth. It's just concrete roads up in the sky for no reason in clover leaf shaped patterns.
You know, the same people that concreted over Manhattan did that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. And I know they're fucking talking monkeys and stuff, but it really makes about as much sense since the Undercity. And so Dredd gets the citizen actually managed to drive him up next to the truck, and he jumps off. But I did find this interesting. He says to the citizen, "Good driving, citizen. Now report down to the Justice Department and get yourself a certificate."
For the cubes,
I think like a I did well certificate.
I done did it.
Yeah, I think I expected Dredd to say you broke the speed limit.
Yeah, there's got to be a
Fuck off.
monkey paw.
No, but
I refuse to believe that that's not a monkey paw.
well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just an illustration of if something is helping Dredd's purpose,
It's okay.
it's okay. Yeah.
Vis-a-vis the side division.
My God, yes, exactly. I mean, that's the whole Justice Department in a nutshell right there. So now we've got Simeon, Bisley, and Dredd have a nice little fight on top of the tanker, just like in Mad Max. Of course, we know the gorilla goes down, and Dredd takes out the driver easily, but he can't
It's
stop.
Mickey the Mook's favorite movie.
Yeah. Mad Max?
No, the monkey goes down.
Oh, the monkey. Oh my God. That's his favorite move. So it takes, Dredd ends up, he's not able to steer this tanker, and it goes flying off the who knows how many stories high Slabyrinth and crashes down into Ape Town. And it crashes right down on top of Spider-Man, who is a spider monkey.
Of course.
And smashes him, and the illegal alcohol goes everywhere. And it takes Dredd 20 minutes to walk down the Slabyrinth to get there, so he's fucking pissed when he gets there. And by that time, all the fucking apes in Ape Town are schnockered. Because they all rushed it, and they drank all the juice.
Is it banana flavored, I'm guessing?
I'm guessing. And Simon, Don Giboni, I almost said Simon Gibeon.
Look at you.
Don Giboni has already ran out. We don't know.
Obviously,
who knows
yeah.
where the fuck he is. But when Dredd gets down there, he sees Cheetah. And he asks her, "Where's Mickey the Mook?"
Oh, no.
And she breaks down. And she runs at Dredd, and she says, "It's your fault.
Is
He's
he
dead."
under the truck?
No, he killed himself. And she's crying, and she's pounding Dredd's chest, and she says, "You killed Mickey the Mook. You killed him because he knew that either Don Gabone was going to kill him or you were going to kill him, and so he couldn't take it, and he offed himself." She's crying. She's sad.
Let me guess, Joe's a dick.
Really? So yeah, she says, she's crying, and Dredd just stands there. He's looking at her. She's pounding his chest. She's crying. She collapses to the ground, and Dredd's just looking down at her blankly. And she says, just get out of here. You've ruined everything. Just get out of here. And Dredd says, "I sympathize with you, but you're going to have to grieve in the cubes because I'm taking you in for assaulting a judge."
Oh, fuck you, Joe.
And the last page is Dredd dragging Cheetah out while she's crying in grief over her man, Mickey the Mook.
Oh, man. Joe.
What a fucking dick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I want to be just like Joe. You want to be like a world-class dick?
I mean,
Man.
I
honestly thought you were going to tell me that the truck landed on Mickey and fucking flattened him.
Yeah, I know he offed himself. Now, I hope that somewhere in the many progs that we have not read,
There's going to be a monkey human baby that comes out of Cheetah.
No. I was going to say that he really didn't kill himself because Dredd never investigated.
Are you laughing at cross-species pollination?
Well, Mickey was caught between two species anyways.
He was, and then inside another.
God.
You brought monkey fuck into the podcast tonight.
I brought it here, but you really turned it into its own
I'm taking a
thing.
baseball bat to the back of its head.
Oh my God.
That was... Joe was a dick.
It was the worst, man. I mean,
Jesus.
He's
kind of not a dick in Portrait of a Politician and Death of a Politician.
Yeah, and think about it. So it's almost like, I'm just saying, things just sort of happen. Ron Smith draws a jovial, happy-looking, nice Dredd, and then that other Dredd looks like a fucking, fascist nightmare in the story we just read.
So he's going to be a dick about everything.
Giant robotic-looking thing.
That's that mid-90s, we got to no pun intended, ape the Liefeld
Yes.
Image Comics fuckery that's happening.
Well, and it's so well done in that one though. Like,
No, that style, that whole era of 2000 AD, because they printed a lot of those in Dread Rules, the prestige ones the Fleetways.
Yeah, I mean they're beautiful. Look, here's
yeah.
Cheetah. Look how sad she looks.
Oh,
And
she looks like PJ Souls.
Yeah, she does have a PJ Souls vibe. But yeah, I mean,
that fucking
super great art. There's the.
Oh, tell me what the hell's happening.
That's
there.
the guy that was being arrested for public nudity.
Could have been worse.
Oh my god.
So, we went from OK Dread to Dick Dread.
Are we getting a middle ground?
We're gonna get a middle ground, Dread. So
Okay.
we're gonna talk about Monkey Business at the Charles Darwin Block.
I love it.
I am still honestly surprised you never read this one.
I didn't really know that there were so many gorilla and monkey and ape related stories.
Yeah, but you seem to always gravitate towards that. So
I do.
all right. So Monkey Business at the Charles Darwin Block originally ran in Prague's 184 to 185. 2 episodes over 12 pages, written by John Wagner and Alan Grant. Art by Mike McMahon. Originally ran from November 1st, 1980 to November 8th, 1980. So let's get right in. We have first panel, Joe's at the Charles Darwin Block, and it is overrun with primates.
And these are traditional primates.
No.
Okay.
No. So Joe he tells everybody no one goes in, no one comes out. The Charles Darwin Block has gone ape. So what we find out is there is a scientist in this block. Professor E. Northcote Fribb, because reasons, lives at Charles Darwin Block in apartment 66C. And he has been working on an enzyme that can reverse the process of evolution. He wants to see the origin of species firsthand.
So I'm guessing this is a precursor to what happened. This probably turned into Ape Town.
That's what I thought. So he manages to come up with this enzyme. It smells like spaghetti sauce because that's a thing we need to know.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a nice drag of it, and he notices that he's starting to get hairier.
Oh, he tries it on himself? He goes
He accidentally tries it on himself.
Okay, I was gonna say it's like the fly.
Yeah, and I don't think it was ever his intent, but just through air contact, he devolves back to his primate state, and he starts going ape. The fumes are sucked up by the building's ventilation system, where we have a technician, Leroy McDonald of the Sweet Air Ventilation Company, on the roof carrying out routine maintenance on the air vents. And he gets a whiff and says, "Oh, somebody's cooking spaghetti." And the next panel, he is a monkey.
Oh my goodness.
So, and all the exposition is done in almost a Steve Irwin kind of wild nature kind of thing. So it says, during Leroy McDonald's exuberant display of the primitive art of swinging, the air outlet came into close contact with the air inlet. So he has unwittingly started a loop in the building. So it's now circulating through the whole block. Professor Fribb's enzyme ends up infiltrating the whole block. There's a little classroom, the block school. The professor smells it and starts asking the kids who brought the spaghetti.
Oh, God.
And then we have a whole classroom full of monkeys. We have a robot. So,
do you have a monkey robot?
No, just a robot.
Okay.
So the caretaker droids sees these primates out and about, and it doesn't know what's happening. It starts alarming everybody. The tenants will return to their apartments immediately. And he can identify them, apparently. He says, "Mr. and Mrs. Andrews, you must not knock holes in the walls." And Mr. and Mrs. Andrews throw him out the building. I don't know how many stories up he is, but he's still admonishing them as he's plummeting.
He just doesn't seem to notice.
Really, Mr. Andrews, throwing caretaker droids out of windows is a reportable offense. I'm assuming it explodes on contact.
Yeah.
So the Justice Department gets the word, and hours later, they cordon the block off. And the Dredd shows up, and one of the judges on the scene says, "We tried sending some judges in, and that's them on the 4th floor. They have gone full ape in their judge unis." So Dredd deduces that this is probably airborne, so he pulls down his respirator, and he's going in. He's going to find out what the hell's happening. This is my favorite part. It's also very sad. In apartment 7AK, unemployed executive Theodore Wainwright has discovered his antique hunting gun. In the dim recesses of his mind, Theodore knew this strange contraption had some purpose.
Oh, no.
And the middle panel is just his hands and the barrel going off. And it says, Theodore's discovery goes no further.
Oh. God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. But his neighbor in 7AL, unemployed synthetic food taster Bob Kempinski, made another important discovery. Fire. So Bob sets his entire apartment on fire.
So I feel like he essentially like devolved and then evolved a little bit.
Yeah, he got a little upswing until he set himself on fire.
Yeah.
So Joe's in, respirator seems to be working. He's going down to the bottom level to look for the source. Meanwhile, another caretaker droid sees old Bob Kempinski running through the garage after he set his apartment on fire, waving his fire stick around. There's a struggle. Bob drops the fire stick into a pool of petrol.
Oh, this is amazing.
And blows up the garage, sending Dredd up through. So that's the end of chapter 1.
Okay.
All right.
Where do we go from there?
Well, chapter 2 starts with Joe airborne from the explosion. And he survives just barely. But then he is set upon, that's got to be a former female human. And Joe he tells everybody the respirator is working, get fire teams in here, more judges, and then he punches a monkey woman in the face.
Oh, that's a great panel there.
Thank you, Mike McMahon.
Yes, de-evolving her even further.
And just into unconsciousness. So the monkey humans in its upper floors just start chucking stuff at the fire department and the judges on the ground
I'm
floor.
sure there's some poo being thrown.
Oh, yeah. Whole family, what does it say? Upstairs in 7R, the Bolsover family eagerly followed Judith's lead. She was the ringleader of all the throwing. Except for Granny Bolsover, who has accidentally stuck her head through the vid set. So, on the 4th floor, judges Nestor, Martin, and Karsanovitz, who had inadvertently entered without respirators, played it cool.
There is...
So we've got see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil happening.
Oh, that's amazing. There's so much going on in the panels of this
It's pretty
specific
dense
story. Yeah. And it's just monkey action for monkey action's sake.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
And so the judges come in with their respirators, and there's just a pile of former humans, funky humans. I'm assuming they're unconscious.
Yeah.
The judges asked Dredd what happened, and Dredd said they had to be subdued for their own protection. I don't think they all had to be subdued. I think Joe got a little happy.
You know.
So radio comes in. They find out the block register shows a Professor E. Northcott Fribb in 66C. Rumor is he is working on an enzyme which would turn evolution backwards. So Joe's going upstairs. And as he goes upstairs, the evolution is further and further along. But he goes into a stairwell and encounters Cosmo Corleone, unemployed olive importer in his ape state, who has barricaded the stairs and is charging a toll for safe passage.
So you mean as he goes up each level, people are evolving closer to human?
No. To the origin of species.
Oh,
yeah.
So he's going to find like some amoebas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cosmo wants a toll. Creep wants a banana. And as you can see, Joe has shoved the banana right down his throat.
Was that really necessary? Joe?
Absolutely not, but Joe's on duty. So as we get up closer to Professor Fribb's apartment, we see we're getting further back in evolution. We got little really early primate creatures.
So really, if somebody contracts this thing, you're going to basically keep devolving until you're nothing.
Yeah, it's like Benjamin Button, except interesting.
Yeah.
So there's a whole family of unemployed gymnasts that Dredd runs into closer to the source, and they have just turned into flesh-eating lizard creatures.
Oh, wow, I love it.
And Dredd just puts them down. He said there's no saving these poor devils, so it's just lawgiver rounds to the heads. And he finally gets to apartment 66C. He discovers that the mixture is still flowing, which is causing the fumes, which is causing everybody to devolve. And then he discovers Professor Fribb, who has devolved into a primordial amoeba. Dredd smashes all the Bunsen burners and beakers, and within an hour after getting every recognizable human, they set fire to the block and burn it to the ground.
Sure, yeah.
So it had to be done. Last panel,
What's the little witty dad joke that Dredd?
they're arresting Professor Frib.
They're arresting him in a bowl.
Yes. Re-evolving the survivors of the Charles Darwin block was a matter that would occupy megacity scientists for a long time to come. I'm assuming this is all being retold after, possibly after the ape story you told us.
Yeah, maybe.
It says, meanwhile, there remained only one thing to do, and that is arrest the gooey amoeba that is Professor Frib. I don't know. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Of all of the stuff that happened in this story, the arresting of Professor Frib in amoeba form.
That time Dredd arrested an amoeba. Can I see the I want to see the lizard creatures.
You want to see the? All right, let me find it.
I have bad eyes, but
you have dad eyes.
It's not often that you see a lizard,
A bloodthirsty lizard
I mean, other
creature?
than Clegs. I'm just curious to see if this is like a pre-Clegg or something. If you can't find it, that's fine. But
I will find it because I'm holding the. I think it's post Clegg actually because this is definitely post day the law died. Where is it? Oh, here we are. There's your lizard creatures.
yes, okay. And I know the listeners can't see these, but sorry, I just need to see.
They
these
are
guys.
definitely not Clegg.
And they're wearing little vests.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they were. I mean, when they were human, they
Yes.
were wearing a little vest, and now they are dead.
Well, that was fantastic. I like the fact that even though it's Charles Darwin block, when I heard Charles Darwin block, I just assumed we were only getting monkeys.
No, it's a whole swath of evolutionary fuckery.
And this is definitely not the last monkey ape episode that you will hear.
No.
We will do
or
another-
fatty episode.
We do have to do a robot episode. for
Yeah,
it.
I'm waiting for. I think we need to talk about Call Me Kenneth and his place.
We do, yeah.
And his views on the world. I have some other progs called Tales from Walter's Scrapbook,
Oh, sounds awesome.
and then we can go to the moon. Walter was on the moon.
Yeah. I'm ready to go. So, but until we do go to the moon, I'm Heavy Metal Kid,
And I'm Cool Johnny Cool.
and you've been listening to
Cursed Earth Radio.
Keep listening, creeps.